after almost a year and a half, with a lot going up and down into the business and industry, and suddenly there are heavy targets. And so most corporate houses are focusing on what needs to be achieved. It's like someone has injured their foot, but when they're back to school, we're putting them in the race on the day one, without even checking how they are feeling. And when that happens, and the person is not able to say anything about it, looking at the daily statistics of how many people are losing jobs, nobody can even say anything about it. So just visualize a person with an injured foot having to run a marathon. And so the need has come, being in business and industry where achievement and performance is priority, but the need of the hour is to make people priority. Do you think it's possible in a business house to make people priority over performance? I want you to turn this side and look at all the faces. No response at all. Is it possible to prioritize people over performance?
I think yes.
And what would it mean to prioritize people over performance? Because if we don't do it now, then we're really not learning and not using what is emotional quotient. There was a very lovely article the other day in Speaking Tree, and it said CEO now needs to change the definition to Chief Empathetic Officer. And spirituality would take it even one step further. It's not just empathizing with what people are doing or what people are going through, but actually should be a Chief Empowerment Officer. You should be able to empower other people. Gone are the times where you can motivate people just by what you are speaking. Good presentations, very nice statistics, research work, excellent vocabulary, and we think people will get motivated. That time is gone. Because if I am emotionally feeling low, and I might like what I'm hearing, and momentarily I might feel, yes, it's all good, but I don't have the strength to implement that. So the need of the hour is to motivate not just by what we are speaking, by what we are presenting, but more important is to empower people just by who we are. When two people interact with each other, before we speak, before we behave, the first thing that communicates is our energy field with each other. So our energy field is like a perfume that we wear to work every day. So choose your perfume carefully, because it's your perfume which is going to radiate to everyone around you. So if I am carrying an energy field which has stress, worry, anger, irritation, impatience, fear, and I say it's normal, then I'm carrying that to work every day. And that's creating an energy field at work. Why is there a huge rise in mental health issues post-COVID? Is because in those 2 years, millions of people all over the world created fear and anxiety. So the collective vibration of the planet has dipped in these 2 years. Like in Delhi NCR, we are used to the air pollution. But there's another pollution that's there in the air, and that is our emotional vibrations. So this is like a room of 100 people. The energy of this room is created by the state of mind of all of us sitting here. Similarly, our home has an energy field, and our workplace has an energy field. So the need of the hour. We've all worked hard for our people, and we gave them a lot of facilities in the workplace to make workplace comfortable for them. But what we need right now is powerful working spaces, which means I enter the workspace and I feel nice here. Like when we enter a place of worship. कभी कभी अनुभव किया ना मंदिर में घुसते कैसा लगता है? Any place of worship, any meditation center, you just have to enter into the place and you start having a calming effect. That environment is needed in the office so that people enter, they have a calming effect, and then they're able to perform better. But if they are coming from a stressed environment and walking into an even more stressed environment and then are expected to deliver, they will still deliver, but it will take a toll on their minds. So as responsible people of taking care of others, caring means taking care of how their minds are feeling. And so lifestyle will need to be a priority right now. All of us take care of our physical fitness. All of you take care of your physical fitness. Don't take care of physical fitness also.
Take care of.
क्योंकि आजकल हमारे पास एक स्टैंडर्ड लाइन है, हमारे को टाइम ही नहीं मिलता है. हम इतने बिजी हैं कि हमारे को टाइम ही नहीं मिलता है. We need to ask ourselves, why are we short of time? Visualize yourself physically unwell. When you're physically unwell, even simple things will take longer to do, right? So even to get up and take a glass of water will take 30 seconds more than every day. Even to get up and go from one room to the other will take longer. And if you are unwell for the next 1 week, everything is going to take longer. So you will feel you're short of time, but you're actually not short of time, you're short of strength. But we thought it is short of time because everybody was saying we're short of time. वो तो हमारी epidemic है. Time नहीं है, time नहीं है, time नहीं है, जल्दी करो, time नहीं है. And the more we say it, the more we're getting depleted. Because we're radiating an energy which says, I don't have time. आपको पता है दुनिया में कौन से लोग बोलते हैं मेरे पास समय नहीं है? कौन लोग बोलते हैं समय नहीं है? मालूम है ना कौन बोलता है समय नहीं? एवरीवन नहीं. जिनका जाने का समय आता है डॉक्टर कहते हैं अब सॉरी अब इनके पास और समय नहीं है. एंड हम हर रोज वो लाइन यूज कर रहे हैं, टाइम नहीं है, टाइम नहीं है, टाइम नहीं है, टाइम नहीं है, बस टाइम नहीं है. चेंज. इट्स नॉट मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है. It is I am low on energy, and that's why everything is taking longer, because my mind is thinking too much, there is so much of clutter here, and most important, I have made my mind dependent on situations and people. So the first thing which is needed for a high EQ is to create emotional independence. Emotional independence. We have physical, financial, social, professional independence, but when it comes to emotional independence, we live our life saying, I'm stressed because of, I'm angry because of, I'm upset because of, everything is because of, and I'm happy also because of. That means everything that I'm feeling here is because of something and someone here. This is dependency. And emotional independence would mean situations may be my way, may not be my way. People may be my way, people may not be my way, but my mind is my choice. My thoughts are my choice. Who is the creator of our thoughts?
Ourselves.
Who is the creator of our thoughts and feelings?
Ourselves.
Yourself.
I, right? So I know that I am the creator of my thoughts and feelings, and yet I'm living a life saying everybody else except for me is the creator of my thoughts and feelings. गुस्सा क्यों आया? उनकी वजह से. परेशान क्यों हो? उसकी वजह से. चिंता क्यों हो रही है? बच्चों की वजह से. परेशान क्यों हो रहे हो? ट्रैफिक की वजह से. एवरीथिंग. सुबह सुबह खिड़की खोली, वेदर इज सो डिप्रेसिव. Everything, absolutely everything seems to be creating my thoughts and feelings, and so we are opposite of emotional independence. So EQ means emotional independence. The first homework from today, stop blaming the world for how you're thinking and feeling. Because if you keep blaming the world, and the world could be your child, your spouse, your colleagues, your traffic, your weather, anything, stop blaming the world for how you're thinking and feeling. Because if you keep blaming the world, then you're living in an illusion that the world needs to change for me to be happy. Then the world will need to be perfect for me to be happy. And perfect according to the way I want it to be perfect. And वो तो होने वाला नहीं है. And then we will keep meeting to discuss how to be happy. And कितना भी हम डिस्कस करते रहें, हैप्पीनेस सिर्फ कम होती जाएगी, बढ़ेगी नहीं, बिकॉज वी आर सेइंग इट्स डिपेंडेंट ऑन द वर्ल्ड. सो आज से फर्स्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट, Even if you get angry, even if you get irritated, don't say it's because of. Say, I created this anger. Actually, who creates the anger? They or me?
Me.
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 They or me?
Me.
But we say they. And this is this fundamental one reason because of which we allow ourselves to create wrong emotions. And then as a society have called all of those wrong emotions as normal emotions. Stress is normal. It's not normal. It's a disease. It's a discomfort, dis-ease. Stress in physics is a simple formula, pressure divided by resilience. Pressures are normal. So all the situations, all the targets, everything that's happening outside in the world is a pressure. But stress is not equal to pressure. It's pressure divided by inner resilience, antrik shakti, the power to face that pressure. Pressures are going to increase in the coming times or reduce?
Increase.
इसको बंद करना था. हमें स्क्रीन्स की तरफ देखने की बहुत ज़्यादा आदत पड़ गई है. इसको बंद करना. हम सामने बैठकर भी स्क्रीन देखते हैं. Another big reason of EQ dipping. Distracting our minds constantly with screens. And then having children who are growing up with screens. If you don't change, parenting 10 years from today is going to be very difficult. You cannot imagine, we cannot imagine the future of children who are growing up with screens, who are growing up with social media handles, who are growing up with their phones on their dining table with their plates, who are practicing distracted eating right from the womb because their mothers were practicing distracted eating. We still have to see the impact of this kind of a lifestyle on the mind, brain and the body, which we will see 10 years from today. But by then, we might not be able to undo it. And so it's important to let's start doing it now. And that is the healthy work culture. So first thing is, let's focus on increasing the resilience. And the first step to that is not to say it's because of them. I'm creating it and I have a choice how I respond to this situation. The need of your department in every organization should be to change the work culture of the organization. 3 words होते हैं, संस्कार, संस्कृति and संसार. संस्कार, nature. संस्कृति, culture. संसार, the work performance. If we don't work on the sanskar and the sanskriti, and we're working only on the third, we're not going in the right order. It's sanskar, sanskriti and sansar. We are going the other way around saying संस्कार अच्छा होगा तो संस्कार अपने आप happy हो जाएंगे. नहीं होंगे. पहले तो stressed थे, अभी depressed है. तो happiness बढ़ी नहीं है, घटी है. Post-COVID, school children have gone mostly through anti-anxiety, anxiety and panic disorders. इसलिए this is not a sign of happiness where our school children need to be taking medication before an exam. ये कौन सी success है? ये कौन सी success है? So let's focus on the self, on creating a healthy lifestyle, and then let's become ambassadors of healthy lifestyle in our organization and then inspire the organization to change their work culture. First step for a healthy lifestyle is deep sleep. If I don't experience deep sleep, I will not have a high EQ. I will be irritable. Not longer hours of sleep. We don't need to sleep long, we need to sleep deep. And that's why a very, very important work culture. Everybody needs to disconnect from work after 8 o'clock. Take this up with you want happy people in your organization, you want people to do well, you want intuitive people, you want creative people, you want people who have good team spirit, you want people who get along well with everybody, allow them to sleep well. But to sleep well, they have to stop working 2 hours before they sleep. Because then all these files inside will shut down. But if they are checking emails, they are on phones, they are on messages, work emails, work messages, till they go to sleep, then after that only the body sleeps, the mind has a lot of work to do. And you will wake up thinking that you slept, but you haven't slept, and that's why you feel like sleeping a little more in the morning. How many feel like sleeping a little more? हाँ, इसीलिए वो मोबाइल वालों ने इतने सारे snooze options दे दिए उस पे. Did we ever think after sleeping 6-7 hours, why would I feel like sleeping 5 minutes more? Matlab, I have not rested, I have not energized, that's why I feel like sleeping more. Sleep is a natural thing. We have to go to sleep in a natural way, and we should be waking up without any alarm. And wake up very fresh and energetic. On this Delhi Gurgaon expressway, every morning just look into the cars and look at people's faces. You wouldn't know whether वो सुबह काम पे जा रहे हैं या शाम को काम से आ रहे हैं, कुछ पता नहीं चलता आजकल. उतने ही थके हुए हैं. नहीं, ये बिल्कुल कोई ताली बजाने वाली बात नहीं है. This is something which you all need to take up. That such tired minds coming to work early in the morning. इतने थके हुए मन अगर इतने miracles create करते हैं, imagine happy, relaxed, energetic, intuitive minds, what miracles they will create in their workplace. But we are not giving them the space to energize themselves. So cut off time. Earlier जब हम नौकरी पर जाते थे तो पूछते थे what are my work timings? पूछते थे कि नहीं पूछते थे पहले? तो सामने वाला बता देता था 10 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever, and we saw what it suited us. Do people ask you what are work timings now? क्योंकि कोई work timings है ही नहीं अभी. And that's the prime reason for fatigued minds. And then fatigued minds will be stressed minds and depressed minds. And these fatigued minds are parents to children. So you're not only affecting those people, but you're directly affecting the next generation because you're sending fatigued parents home. Fatigued parents are irritable spouses, and that is why high divorce rate. And even though they are with their children, they are not radiating the powerful energy. They are not empowering their children. They're only buying stuff with the children from the money they earn. Happiness doesn't come from objects and achievements, it comes from strength. The strength to be able to face situations in life. How will a parent radiate that strength when the parent doesn't have it himself? And because today both the parents are working, so you have two tired minds working at home also after they have reached. Even if they're not really working with the laptop, but in their mind they're working because there is a message, there is a phone call, they are at work. What energy are they radiating to the children? Nahi ho raha hai. So this is our karma. Business and industry is creating a very big karma right now. Very big karma. And the result of this karma will come because every karma has a consequence. Every karma has a consequence. There has to be a limit how much we can be only performance oriented and not bother about what people are going through. This is being opposite of empathy. This is opposite of empathy. So please introduce this culture of disconnecting from work at least 2 hours before going to sleep. And the right time to go to sleep is before 10 o'clock. And the right time to wake up is between 4 and 5 a.m. And none of us need more than 6 hours of sleep. If we shut down our files before going to sleep, we will automatically wake up between 4 and 5 a.m. People from the West are coming and teaching us the 5 a.m. leadership club. We are arranging and listening to those workshops how to wake up at 5 a.m. It's not about how to wake up at 5 a.m. You first sleep deep, then you will automatically wake up. You don't need to learn how to wake up, to learn how to sleep. And it is there in our culture of India for thousands of years. It's called Brahma Muhurat. It's called Amrit Vela, which means it's the highest energy time of the 24-hour cycle, and most of us are almost all of us are sleeping at that time because we did not sleep right. So aim to have an early dinner, light dinner, finish your digestion before you go to sleep, which means eat at least 2 hours before you go to sleep, so that you don't have to spend 2 hours extra digesting the food. And then disconnect from work communication, and even if your organization doesn't do it, you do it. Everything starts with one person. Don't fear you'll lose your job. Don't fear कोई मेरे से ज़्यादा आगे निकल जाएगा if I disconnect from work. Create the right lifestyle and you will be intuitive, creative, calm, stable, empowering, and आप उतना आगे निकल जाएंगे जितना आपने कभी सोचा भी नहीं था कि आप उतना आगे जा सकते हैं. And most important, आप happily आगे जाएंगे, healthily आगे जाएंगे. So be one, even if everybody else doesn't agree, you be the one to create that, being an ambassador of a right lifestyle. 15 minutes before going to sleep, keep it your time. At least 10 minutes before you sleep, consume high vibrational content. That is where spirituality plays a very important role. ये नहीं कि we are disconnected from work, but then we are watching something which is even more depleting. Content consumption is the prime reason for low EQ right now. So for those of us who were in that era when there were no phones and TVs, we didn't have to take care because content था ही नहीं. तो अपने आप ही डिप्रेशन था ही नहीं, कैंसर था ही नहीं, डिवोर्स था ही नहीं, मतलब इट वॉज ना के बराबर, negligible. But you draw a graph, content versus state of society, and you'll get a direct connection between the two. So scrolling on the phone, the laptop, surfing, which appears like time pass, is toxic. Content is equal to personality, and personality is equal to destiny. So content creation is somebody's business, but their profit is affecting our destiny. So be careful. They openly have come forward and said that these applications are designed for manipulating your mind, and we're allowing them to manipulate our mind. And we still did not stop using it. So be careful. What we watch, read, listen is our emotional diet. So to be emotionally healthy, I have to restrict consuming content which has lust, ego, greed, jealousy, comparison, competition, violence, fear. If I consume that, that's what I become. Nothing can stop me from becoming that. And so spirituality means 10 minutes before going to sleep, consume content of compassion, empathy, faith, forgiveness, letting go, happiness. Nothing can stop you from becoming that. कुछ करना नहीं पड़ता है उसके बाद. You just have to consume it before going to sleep, because then it's going into your subconscious. And 5 minutes meditate. Shut down the files of the day. Forgive people if they've not been your way. Apologize if you reacted with someone during the day. If someone else shouted at you, forgive them before going to sleep. Clean your mind before going to sleep, otherwise those emotions are going deep there and they will be there throughout your life because they've gone deep into the subconscious. We did not wash them before going to sleep. So that's meditation. And when you sleep this way, you will wake up in a very natural way between 4 and 5 a.m. You won't need the phone. And that is the high vibrational time. That is the time for meditation, yoga, pranayam, exercise. That is the self time. Any new idea you want for work, any issue that you want to resolve, it is between 4 and 5 a.m. It's the highest vibration time. Use that time. जो उस समय सोया, उसने बहुत कुछ खोया है. बहुत कुछ खोया है. So use that time. And so let's learn meditation. It's no more an option. It's no more just whether I like it or I'm interested. It's a necessity. It's a necessity. So morning before you reach work, so whether it's early morning, whether while you're getting ready, whether while you're driving to work, at least 15 minutes consume high nutritional diet. Again, content which is very pure and positive. It's coding you and it's creating your thought processes in the background. And then when you will go to work, your way of responding to situations will be different. Your way of responding will automatically be different. Anger will start. You will understand. You will understand that people will not be my way, and you will be calm and stable while you respond to them. Is it possible to create an office where anger is not allowed? Is it possible to create an office where anger is not allowed?
Yes.
Yes? We're all working for the planet. We've all created no smoking zones. We've all created no plastic zones. Let's create no anger zone. Respect and dignity at the workplace. चिल्लाकर दूसरे की डिसरिस्पेक्ट करके काम नहीं कराया जाता है. Humiliated people and then tell them अब जाओ काम करो. काम तो वो फिर भी करेंगे, लेकिन चोट लगा हुआ मन. You have to take care of people. And the more people are not taking care of themselves, their reactions are escalating. आजकल देखते हैं हर हफ्ते कोई ना कोई फ्लाइट का कोई ना कोई इंसिडेंट आ रहा है. It's a state of society. It's not just about on the flight. It's a state of society that our reactions are escalating. So the sooner we make the workplace a no anger zone, we are protecting both the people, the ones who create the anger and the ones who are the receiver of the anger, and we are protecting the environment of the workplace. बहुत important है. And when you evaluate people, like we would say in a school, we become a very performance-oriented society. If there is a child who comes first in class but is very egoistic, doesn't share, doesn't care, very arrogant, they're called on stage and they're awarded. They're called successful. They're called the brightest child of the school because they came first in what they achieved. And there's another child who barely passed or maybe did not pass, but was very caring, very humble, very compassionate. उसको सब लोग क्या बोलते हैं? उसको क्या बोलते हैं? बोलते हैं no good, failure. This needs to change. This needs to change. We need to shift from prioritizing performance over people. If you appreciate sanskars, people will focus on that. And if you don't, then people say nobody talks about values, then why bother? And if we don't bother, then ethics is something we don't even need to talk about. Because if everybody has to be a performer and an achiever, then some will compromise on their ethics to achieve and to perform. Then there's no point talking about it. So let's appreciate, let's endorse, let's publicly appreciate people with good sanskars, and let's encourage people to start taking care of their sanskars. It's our moral responsibility. India is not a country which should be number one in depression in the world. This is not the country. But a large part is responsible in places from where every parent goes home. And that is business and industry. So take a minute of silence and promise yourself simple lifestyle changes. I'm a powerful being. I know what is right. I know what is healthy. And I prioritize self-care. I prioritize empowerment so that I have the energy to empower everyone who comes into my energy space. I am a radiator of happiness, peace, and power. It's my sanskar, it's my sanskriti, and it's the world that I choose to create. Shukriya. Om Shanti.